What's going on? James here from the channel. Today, guys, I wanted to start off a brand new series where I talk about some of my past car sales experience and go over all kinds of different stories that I have and all kinds of different experiences and my opinions on certain aspects of the job as well as the car industry at large. And I thought, what better way to start off episode one than to do a tier list of my own personal opinion of each car brand that is a staple car brand in North America. So as you'll see right off the bat, I have a bunch of these brands put in the NA category just because I don't think that they serve the purpose of this video. Stuff like Shelby, Plymouth, Pontiac, Suzuki, Saturn. Like these aren't really like, I know Shelby's like a going to be your performance Mustangs and whatever, but like that doesn't really serve this video that I'm going for. I'm more going for like average vehicles that everyday people are going to use and drive. So we're going to go ahead and start that right now. So I'm not going to talk too much about myself on this one and my own experience, but I'll give you guys a quick brief rundown. I worked in the business for 6 years. I sold Volkswagen and everything GM, GMC, Chevrolet, Buick, etc., Corvette, the whole nine. Those brands specifically, as well as tons of pre-owned vehicles. I've driven in, sat in, appraised, sold. Overall, I don't know how many cars. Like in terms of appraisals alone and just trade-in looks that I've done is thousands and thousands. In terms of how many have sold, it's going to be around 500 vehicles, new and used. So that's my experience. We're going to get into it. Okay. And again, I know people are going to hate this video. They're going to say, "Oh my god, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. He's such an idiot." This is just my own opinion in terms of, I guess the criteria I'm going to be going with are reliability, ease of use, generally like how, I'm not going to say how cool you look in the vehicle, but just like, I guess the name brand, not popularity, but I can't think of the word I'm going for, but like just how good you look in that vehicle. So we're going to get right into it. Okay. Number one, we're going to have Fiat. Now, Fiat is, of course, a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram brand. I have a little bit of experience in Fiats. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't love them as a brand. I think that not a lot of people buy them for a reason. They just feel weird. And in terms of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, I'm just not a huge fan to begin with. I think that Fiat might be better off if they weren't associated with them, but that's something that's way above my scope. So just in terms of what their vehicle designs are like, their pricing, everything about them being a Chrysler product. I hate Chrysler and that whole brand. I know some people love their Fiats. They love their little hatchbacks and everything, but I'm gonna go ahead and put Fiat in the. I'm gonna go C tier. I reserve the right to change my mind. Okay. Next up, Alfa Romeo. Same kind of idea as Fiat, owned by Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. My problem with Alfa Romeo mainly is that you are never ever going to find a place to service or buy parts for this vehicle if you live, again, North America is what I'm basing this on. I have only ever seen like two Alfa Romeo dealerships in my entire life. Their cars are so expensive. Again, they just feel like a Chrysler that is trying to be something else, almost like a Chrysler with benefits, I feel like. I'm going to go ahead and put them in D tier because they're more expensive than Fiats generally, and they don't make sense at all. I would never buy an Alfa Romeo. Just don't buy one. Do your research, of course. Acura, I love Acura. Fantastic. Of course, they're the premium Honda brand. People don't have a whole lot of issues with them. Some people swear by Acura. I'm going to be a little crazy off the start. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the A tier. I kind of want to put them in S, but I think that only one or two brands deserve S, and Acura I have heard a couple small issues with, but overall I think people really like them, and again, reserve the right to change my opinion near the end of the video when we're doing kind of an overview. Chevrolet, now, personal bias aside, I do own a Chevrolet. I own a 2018 Silverado 1500 LT with Z71, a couple other things. Really, really like the truck. I know a lot of people have experienced issues with the vehicles, like the 5.3 AFM, DFM stuff, the transmissions, the whole nine. I get it, I get it, I get it. Now, in terms of the vehicles that they're putting out today, in terms of the Silverado light duties, Silverado heavy duties, the Colorado, the Trax, the Corvette, everything is great. I think Chevrolet is doing good things. There are some things I don't like in terms of their Whole mobile access plan stuff with taking out Apple CarPlay. I think that's a big L. I understand that the whole licensing Apple CarPlay is becoming an issue, and a lot of brands are kind of stepping away from it. I like Chevrolet as a whole. I think there's room for improvement. I'm going to go ahead and put them in a B tier. And I think they're going to be very similar to GM and Buick because a lot of these brands are going to notice are either affiliated with each other or they're only difference by namesake, but a lot of the parts and everything else is kind of the same. Volkswagen. Now, this is the brand I have the absolute most, by far, by absolute, not even a question of a doubt, the most experience I have of any of these. I've seen so many Volkswagens have happy owners that own them for 20, 30 years and never ever look back. Some people who swear by only buying Volkswagen. And I've also seen people who will never ever buy Volkswagen. They have these notions that it's impossible to find parts, which is completely false, especially in the last, I'd say, 7 or 8 years or so, where they've become more North Americanized. They started building their Atlases and other vehicles in Tennessee in the US. So a lot of the parts now are easy to find. If you were to ask me 4 or 5 years ago, I think of Volkswagen, I'd probably put it in an A tier, but they've made so many poor decisions with their brand over the last number of years that it's hard for me to put them that high. Things like making the ID Buzz as expensive as it was and nobody buys it, or the ID4, so many issues with the ID4. Again, just the pricing just doesn't make sense, and little things like, well, to me it's not a little thing, but to some people it is. Cars like the Atlas, the Tiguan, GLI, GTI, all those, they move from physical controls like your volume knob, your HVAC controls, all those kind of things. They change to be haptic touch feedback, which are just so stupid. Of the, again, hundreds, if not thousands of people I've talked to about them, like not even 5% of people like them or are like, oh yeah, that was a good decision. So again, I'd love to put them up here. Overall scope, again, great vehicle, reliability. Overall, again, Volkswagen's a good brand. If it were me telling someone to buy a car, I would say Volkswagen's in the top like 5, probably. I reserve the right to change it. I'm gonna say B. And I've also owned quite a few Volkswagens. My favorite one personally was the 2021 GLI that I bought. Brand new. It was a DSG transmission. Fantastic car and no problems with it. Absolutely love it. I wish I still owned it. A little bit. Next up, Honda. Similar thing as Acura. Same car, just a little bit, I guess, a notch down in terms of like style, but same engines, same transmissions. Mostly the same, absolutely everything. Cheap, affordable. It is very hard to mess up a Honda and to have an expensive Honda. I absolutely love Honda. I think I'm going to put them in the A tier, but I, again, reserve the right to change that. Honda makes fantastic vehicles, and I couldn't see you go wrong owning any kind of a Honda. A CR-V, a Pilot, a Civic Si, Type R. I think they're all fantastic. I think they're a little bit boring for my own sensibilities. Like, I used to own a 14 Civic. That was great, again, as a starter car when I was like a teenager. But I don't know, if you're looking for like style points, you have to go for like a Type R and SI, and those are, again, getting a bit up there in price. But Honda, in terms of reliability and everything, I think you can't go wrong. Next up, we have Mazda. Again, gold standard for cars, in my opinion. Fantastic reliability. I think they're looking a lot better recently. I think their infotainment's gotten better. I used to really strongly dislike their infotainment in like the 2018-ish era, just with the whole like having to touch your like that like central knob and like twist it around and stuff to like go through your basic menus. Like, I want to have a touchscreen where you don't have to do that. So wasn't a huge fan of that. In terms of reliability, not really much of any issues. I want to put them in S tier, but just the whole like, I don't know, for some reason the design for me doesn't really do it for me. And the, like I said, infotainment, a couple other things I don't love. I'm going to go ahead and put them in A tier for now. Again, I think that in terms of reliability and pricing and everything, you really can't go wrong with these two brands. Yeah, it's just a no-brainer. Infiniti, of course, this is the luxury brand for Nissan. I don't love Infiniti. I've seen a lot of problems with them. I don't want to go too much in depth with Infiniti because I don't have as much experience as I do with others. I have a hard time going, you know what, I'm going to put Fiat in D. I was kind of messing with that earlier. I'm going to go put Infiniti in C. I think their vehicles look good. a lot of the time, and a lot of the time you won't have problems. But I don't know, buying something with a CVT is just feels wrong to me in most cases. I know Honda does too, but yeah, hard to say. I think it's gonna be in C tier one for me, guys. Next up, we have Dodge. Now, I know a lot of people come up and they say, "Oh, Cummins is the best engine ever," and my daddy's always owned a Dodge. I get it, I get it, I get it. Some people love it, some people hate it. So many people hate on Dodges they would never ever even consider conceiving the idea of owning a Dodge. I understand. I think a lot of their newer trucks right now look super good. They're priced cheap, but so many of them have problems. It's not even funny the amount of Dodges I've had traded in where like people are so upside down on their loans when they still have a loan, which every single one of them does. For example, the truck will be worth like 16 grand and the owner owes like 37 grand and they didn't even know they did because they bought warranties and protections and so on and so forth. And usually it's just financially illiterate people who buy these, I feel like, who finance them brand new. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and put them in D tier as well with the other Chrysler Dodge stuff. I just feel like there's so many better options out there than a truck from Dodge Ram. Kia, I know a lot of people again are gonna have some strong feelings about this one. A lot of people like Kias. A lot of people have had great experiences with them. Personal experience is that I've seen so many of them have problems. It's always an engine that needs to be put in around 80,000 kilometers, like clockwork. Every single time they got traded in, it would be like a 2018 Tucson or a 2018 Forte. I know Kia and Hyundai, same brand. You know what I'm trying to say. Always needs a new engine. Always had so many problems. I don't think they're attractive vehicles. I don't like the way their buttons look on the inside. I don't like much of anything about Kias. I think they're completely cheap and garbage, and I'm going to put them in D tier because I think there's a little bit of redeeming quality with Kias. For some people, I think that for like a starter car, they're okay, but you don't want to own one for like a long period of time. You definitely don't want to finance one. It kind of falls in that same category as Dodge, where you finance one, you're upside down, it drains its value exponentially, especially with high mileage. Generally, I'd stay away from Kia Hyundai. Next up, Maserati. Don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this because nobody really owns Maseratis. Same idea as Alfa Romeo. Buy it if you want to have problems and if you want to be spending so much money on maintenance and you're not even going to enjoy your car. Easy D tier for me. Not even a thought about it. Next up, we have Porsche. I love Porsche. Little tricky for me because it's hard to put like these like crazy luxury brands above like a Mazda where you're like, well, you buy a Mazda SUV brand new for like 55 grand, 50 grand, let's say, or a Porsche where a brand new one's like well into the 130s, 150s or higher in a lot of cases. So it's hard to make that leap for me. Now, I love Porsche. I'd love to own a Porsche one day. That's like one of my dream vehicles. Reliability, all this stuff. I'm trying to rack it in my brain. I'm doing this on the fly, by the way, guys. I don't have like a script or anything next to me. This is just all like off the cuff. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in A tier, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put in A tier behind these ones. Not because I think that Mazda is better than Porsche or anything like that with like appearance or style. I just think that I'm gonna put it above Volkswagen. I'm gonna put it above some other brands that I think also belong in A, but I think I can't put them in S because they're so unaffordable for most people. So in terms of affordability and stuff, and put them in A. But overall, I think that if you're buying a Porsche, you're probably winning in life, and that's pretty incredible achievement. So I'm gonna go and put Porsche at the A tier. Hyundai, same thing as Kia. The exact same things can be said as Hyundai. I think they're garbage vehicles. I would never ever own one. I would never put my worst enemy in one. Gonna be an easy D tier for me, right next to the Kia. Mercedes. Now, Mercedes for me personally, again, don't offend anybody, but this is my personal least favorite of the Audi, BMW, Mercedes, Porsche kind of circle of brands. I know that they're not affiliated with Volkswagen, Porsche, and the Volkswagen Auto Group. They're a separate thing. I think that Mercedes has a lot of good things right. I think a lot of their AMGs are fantastic. But when you go to their lower end stuff, like the CLA 250, horror, like just awful cars that you just go buy a Jetta instead. Tough call for me. Tough call. Tough call. I'm gonna go ahead and put B tier. I'm gonna put them above these two. Yeah, I'll put them. And just so you know, left means better, obviously. So if like Maserati's in the bottom, like this means it's worse a bit than these ones, of course. I'll put them first place B tier for now. I think Mercedes makes a great car. Again, I'd love to own a Mercedes at one day, but I don't know. Most of my experience with them comes from like lower end ones that young people buy that have so many. I've had so many problems with Mercedes. You have no idea, guys. CLA 250s, terrible. I don't even want to get into it right now. I'll probably do another video. Ford, another one of these truck brands that people swear by or would never own one. People get very upset about what they think when it comes to, oh, I'd never buy an F-150. Or look, a lot of good F-150s out there, a lot of good F-250s, F-350s that are fantastic. The King Ranch, the Limited, all the upper end ones I think are awesome. I would love to own one. I think they're a little bit convoluted in their infotainment system, a little bit convoluted in like how to figure stuff out. I'm a very technological technology savvy person. When I sit in a car, I can usually figure things out in like seconds. And I feel like a lot of Fords and the new ones, it's hard to figure out where menus are, and if you're driving, it can be a little bit of a pain in the ass unless you're used to it. I think that the F-150s and F-250s and stuff are good, but I think that their reliability kind of sucks for a lot of the cases. Like the Power Stroke, I think is a little iffy. I'm gonna go and put in C tier above Infiniti. I would rather own a Ford than an Infiniti personally. Next up, we have Lexus. Now, a lot of people know where this is gonna go. I'd say this is the gold standard for vehicles in terms of reliability. Um, in terms of style, my preference, I don't personally love the style of them, but a lot of people do, and I have nothing but respect for those people. Pricing, again, you have to pay a premium to get it because you're buying a souped up, not souped up necessarily, but a nicer Toyota. But in terms of reliability and everything else, it's a complete gold standard. This is going to be an S tier for me. Not too much to think about that one. If you're buying a Lexus, you're probably not making a mistake. Jaguar, this one kind of doesn't really serve the video. No, it does, because you can buy like a used Jaguar, like a 10-year-old Jaguar for like a reasonable price. Okay, yeah, I changed my mind on that. That being said, every single Jaguar I've encountered has so many problems, especially the ones that are like older. Just a nightmare case for a lot of people. Style-wise, they're good, but I think that younger people aren't really interested in Jaguar. A lot of their brand decisions lately have been bad with their rebranding, and just I don't think that they're as much of a mainstay brand as some of these other ones are. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in D tier, but I'm gonna put them above Alfa Romeo. I'm gonna put them right here. Yeah, because I think these are more like everyday person brands. All these three, Jaguar, I think that you'd be making more of a mistake than these ones personally. GMC, I'm gonna put in the same kind of area as Chevrolet. Again, it is seen as more of a quote-unquote premium product than Chevrolet. After working there for quite some time, a couple of years, I noticed that GMC and Chevrolet are pretty much identical. Like 95% of the time, they're going to be identical vehicles. Transmissions, engines, where the buttons are placed. Everything about them is the same except for like headlights, taillights, some little style points here and there. GMC, I really like GMC. I really like Chevrolet. I'm going to go ahead and put that in B tier. I think that's pretty safe. I think that's safe to do. I think, personally, in my opinion, the Sierra is the best line of the 1500s if you compare with the F-150 and the Ram 1500s. In terms of, like, again, the heavy duties as well, the dualies are fantastic. The Denali Ultimates, the AT4s, AT4X, all of it's fantastic. Their SUVs are good as well. The Terrain, the Acadia, they don't sell very well, but like compared to the Hondas and the Pilots and the Highlanders and the Atlases of the world, but there is still a place for them in this, and I think that they are going to be right here in B. Yeah, right in front of Chevrolet. Next up, we have Jeep. Now, again, one of the more problematic brands I've ever encountered in terms of maintenance and people being mad at me when they buy them from me. They go, oh my God, I have this water leak and I have this issue and so on and so forth. And so many people I know from personal experience have had horrible encounters at Jeep dealerships for sales, service, absolutely everything. I think that Jeep is one of the worst decisions you can possibly make as a young adult. The amount of people who I saw graduating college or who had their first real job who want to go buy a Jeep Wrangler that costs you like, oh my God, guys, do you know how much Jeep Wranglers cost? Go look up a brand new Jeep Wrangler, like top of the line. It will blow your freaking socks off. But the people who wanted to buy like a Jeep Wrangler for like 50, 60 grand pre-owned, who finance it, and the payments and everything is so much. Do not buy a Jeep Wrangler, guys. I'm serious. Don't ever buy a Jeep of any kind. Just don't. Keep it out of your life. That's gonna go ahead and be a. I'm gonna change this, guys, and go C tier, just because I think it's doing something different than Chrysler, Dodge, Ram. And it does have a little bit more personality with the Wranglers and everything else, but I might regret putting it in C tier for right now. It's gonna be behind Ford for me. Next up, we have Audi. Now, about 4 or 5 years ago, Audi would be in my gold standard with the S tier with Lexus. But again, a lot of the brand decisions they've made, I think, have been a trickle down from Volkswagen, who owns them, of course. A lot of the subscription-based plans they have included in their vehicles. Their design quality has gone down significantly. Their price hasn't really reflected that. I feel like it's still going up as everything else is. A little bit disappointed in Audi's direction lately, and I don't know. I just think that they're a little bit more show than they deserve to be. I think a lot more bark, a lot less bite in terms of like price to quality. So for that reason, tough call, guys. Tough call. Audi, Audi, Audi. I think I'm gonna put that in B, but I'm reserved the right to change it later. Above or behind Mercedes? Now, personal bias, I want to put it above Mercedes, but I think that Mercedes is making a better product, so I want to put them ahead. I'm going to put them right in front of VW. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, that's what I'll do. BMW, again, in that kind of trifecta of Mercedes, BMW, Audi, Porsche. I think that BMW's gone in a much better direction lately. Their engines have gotten more reliable. I think their style points are amazing, but again, subscription services for like stupid things like heated seats and stuff is just mind blowing to me. I could never understand that. Terrible business model, like horrible business model that nobody likes. I don't know a single person who likes those. Um, Again, 10 years ago, not great reliability scores in my opinion. Even the entry level stuff like the 330i's and the 3 Series, whatever, they're good as a starter car, but again, I would rather just go buy a Jetta personally. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right behind Audi, but not by much, not by much at all. I think that Audi, BMW, Mercedes are gonna change depending on like personal preference for a lot of people. They're all kind of in that same league. Volvo, Volvo's gonna be kind of similar to me in terms of Alfa Romeo, where like you will not find a dealership, you just won't like to service it. It's so hard to find them. I don't know if I've seen them in person, but I don't like remember ever going to one. Every time I've sat in a Volvo, I've been happy with them. I just don't know a lot about Volvo compared to other brands because they're not as mainstream as the other ones. But I have nothing bad to say about them, so I'm going to go ahead and put them in the C tier for right now. I think that if they were more mainstream and more people knew about them, more people own them, it would be more like a somewhere in the B. But you can't really find Volvo dealerships. You can't find them pre-owned anywhere. They're kind of a weird brand. I kind of struggle with Volvo a bit, but I'm going to go ahead and put them in C tier. Next up, we have Buick. Again, this is going to be with GMC Chevrolet in the GM umbrella. Now, Buick, I think I like their vehicles, the Enclave, the Envision, the Invista. I think they're decent cars, like this current generation, like the 2025s-ish and onwards. Good pricing. My issue with them is that they're built in China, which is astounding. I almost bought a Buick Envision, and I saw it was built in China, and that immediately killed it for me. I want to like a Buick more than I do, but I'm going to go ahead and put them in the C tier. Where do I put them? Where do I put them? I'll go above Volvo. I'm gonna move Ford ahead of them as well. I move Ford ahead of them. Yeah, Ford will be my number one. Then Buick, then Volvo, then Jeep. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Buick. I want to like them more than they do, but they're built in China. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in C tier. Okay. Tesla. This is the one brand I'd say where like you look stupid nowadays for owning one, which isn't a good thing. I mean, I don't think people should have to feel bad about the car they own. I get it makes a lot of sense for people who are doing like DoorDash, Ubering. I get it. You know, if you have the infrastructure at your house to charge it or at your work or whatever, it can make a whole lot of sense financially to do it. But then again, with where the whole I'm not going to get into the whole Elon Musk thing right now, but where that whole thing is and just the brand identity right now, I think is kind of in the toilet, and it has been for a number of years at this point. I want to put them higher, but I just don't think I can. Gosh, just in terms of like how much people hate them right now, I almost want to put them in D tier, but I don't want to. Oh boy, what do I do here, guys? I have to put them in D tier. I just have to do it. I got to do it, guys. I got to put them in D tier. The amount of times people are vandalizing Teslas for no reason other than that they're a Tesla. I know somebody personally in my life who was convicted for keying a freaking Tesla for no reason, and he didn't know that they were going to be recording him. Like, Teslas record that stuff. How do you not know that? How is this man who's like in his 50s, who I know, how do you key a damn Tesla without knowing you're being recorded? Like, that's just so beyond the pale stupid, in my opinion. You should know better. Don't ever vandalize a Tesla. You're going to go to jail. Next up, Toyota. Now, right off the bat, I want to put them up there with Lexus in the S tier, but for the reasons I mentioned before, I'm going to go and put them in the A tier. I'm going to put them I'm going to put them... Okay, I'm struggling with this because, like, the Tundra and the Toyota... the Tundra and the Tacoma, I really like them. They have that similar infotainment thing that I have with Ford, where their infotainment's so difficult for no reason. Make it simple. Like, people want simplicity, especially when they're in the middle of driving. They just bought a brand new $100,000 Tundra. They don't want to be, like, messing around with their buttons and stuff. They just want to know where their buttons are and where everything is. I want to put them higher, but man, I really like the Tacoma, and I really think that people like the Tacomas. I will put them above Honda because I think that if I'm just like thinking like Ridgeline versus Tacoma, it's gonna be easy Tacoma for me. But I don't think they got up to Acura status, or do they? No, behind Acura, in front of Honda. I think that works. Okay. Next up, Dodge. Already explained this through and through. You guys don't need to hear it for the 8th time today. I'm going to go ahead and put Dodge in the D tier, right next to Ram. Doesn't really matter where. They're both trash to me. Would never own one. Next. Hummer. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put Hummer in this extra category. I don't really feel like dealing with Hummer stuff right now. Hummer is good. Very expensive. Makes a lot of sense to lease them. It's a good EV. I just don't think that they're gonna make a lot of sense in this list I'm making, or does it? You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put Hummer in. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the B tier. I'm gonna put them right next to GMC. I'll put them ahead of GMC actually. No, I won't. I'll put them behind GMC. I'll put them right there. Okay, Mini. I don't know what I feel about Mini. I want to like them more than I do, but I just don't like them at all. I'm going to put them in D tier next to Fiat. People might get so mad at me for that, but I just don't like Mini at all. I don't like anything about Mini, actually. I think Mini sucks. Next brand. Nissan. I hate Nissan. I think that Nissans are so boring. I don't like them whatsoever. I would never own one. Again, little things like where the buttons are placed, the style, everything. I just hate Nissan. CVTs can't do it. They aren't... I don't think they're very reliable. I don't think they're very fuel efficient. I don't think they do anything well at all, aside be cheap. And if you buy cars that are cheap, you get cheap car consequences, I feel like. They've gotten better recently, though. I'm going to put them above Jeep. I'll put them above Volvo. I'll put them above Buick. Behind Ford. I'll put them C tier, but I really want to put them in D tier just because I don't like them. But I know a lot of people do like them, but that's where I'll put them for now. Subaru. This is the one, again, kind of similar idea as Tesla, where people who buy these... Again, this is my experience, so don't shoot the messenger. So many people make fun of people who own Subarus, calling them... I don't know what I can say on YouTube. The L word. Yeah, they say that you're like... Anyway, I don't want to get into it, but yeah, some people hate Subarus for silly reasons that I don't agree with. Reliability is fantastic. Style-wise, I think they look great. Pricing's great. There is a niche of people out there who will really like you if you own a Subaru. I would never personally own one. A lot of things I don't like about the brand. Um, I will. I'm struggling between B and C tier here, guys. I'm gonna go C tier. I might change my mind on that. I'm gonna go C tier for now. Above. Yeah, I'll put them. Put them behind Ford. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Next up, we have Land Rover. Same idea as Jaguar. Never buy one if you want to have problems and headaches, and you want to get rid of the V. Like, if you want to buy a car just to want to hate it and get rid of it, buy a Land Rover. Right next to Jaguar. I'm gonna put these in F tier. Actually, I hate these so much. Don't ever buy one. Don't ever buy a Maserati either. That's going in F tier too. Yeah, don't ever buy those. Okay, next up, Lincoln. Not as much experience with Lincoln as I do with Ford. I know it's the premium brand. I know that they're awesome and they cost a lot of money. Not a whole lot of experience, like I said, on those. I think Matthew McConaughey's done a lot of heavy lifting for them over the years. Um, it's a tough one, guys. This is a tough one. You know what? I'll put them right next to Ford for now. Yeah, I'll put them next to Ford for now. Chrysler, once again, garbage. Moving to the next one. Smart, also garbage. Don't ever buy a Smart. I drove one time ever, and it was going 80 kilometers an hour, and it felt like it was going to explode. It was a 4.2. Never buy a Smart. Um, yeah, I would never. F tier, bottom F tier. Go to jail if you buy a Smart. Literally go to jail. Cadillac. I like Cadillac. I think they cost way too much money for what you get out of it. You can buy a Yukon Denali Ultimate and feel like you're driving pretty much the same car as a Cadillac Escalade. I know there's a few changes. Don't rip my head off. I get it. I don't see the big deal in upgrading unless you're just super bougie and you just go, I just want to buy a Cadillac, so I can buy a Cadillac. It's great for you. Go ahead and do it. Um, I will put them. Ooh, this is a tricky one, guys. This is tricky because like putting it behind Chevrolet, I feel like I'm gonna like get blown up by people for that. Saying, "Oh my god, you like Chevrolet more than?" I'm thinking of the whole scope, guys. Okay, pricing, bang for your buck, everything about it. Dang, this is tough, guys. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go right above GMC. That's what I'll do. Next up, I can't even see what that says. Is that Aston? What is that? I don't even want to get out of here. Mitsubishi. Oh my gosh, I have so much bad things to say about Mitsubishi. Never buy one of those. F tier instantly. Um, so unreliable. In my experience, they are just trash. Mitsubishi is so garbage. Everything about them, the interiors, the exteriors, so bad. The one Mitsubishi I've seen that I actually thought was okay was the. It was a PHEV Outlander. I think it was a 2023. It was good. It was good, but I would never buy it. I don't trust Mitsubishi whatsoever. I don't trust anything about them. Some people will hate me for that opinion. I just think Mitsubishis are crap. They're going F tier for me. So let's take one more look at this tier list, guys. So we're gonna put Lexus in S tier, Acura A tier, Toyota A tier, Honda, Mazda, and Porsche. Don't want to change that at all. I think it looks pretty good. B tier is where things get really weird for me. Mercedes, Cadillac, GMC, Hummer, Chevrolet, Audi, BMW, and VW. Hmm. People are gonna hate me for this. People are gonna absolutely hate me for this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run with it. It's all good. C tier: Ford, Lincoln, Subaru, Nissan, Buick, Volvo, Jeep, and Infiniti. Yeah, that seems about right to me. Maybe I'm gonna change Volvo. What else? I'm just so stuck on this Lincoln thing, guys. I don't know. Truth be told, like I just don't have enough experience with Lincoln, so I'm gonna put them next to Ford just because of the lack of experience thing. But I don't have anything bad to say about Lincoln. D tier: Tesla, Dodge, Dodge Ram, Chrysler, Honda. Sorry, Hyundai, Kia, Alpha, Mini, Fiat. None of these have much in terms of redeeming qualities for me. You know, Tesla has the finance what's the word I'm thinking of? Economics, financial stability, I guess, in terms of like gas and all that stuff. Makes a lot of sense. Same with Hyundai, Kia, a little bit of positives with them in terms of like price point and everything, but I just think you're making such a mistake by buying those. F tier, Mitsubishi, Land Rover, Jaguar, Maserati, Smart, all have their own reasons for putting them here. Mitsubishi again, just don't think they look good in any way. I would, if I met somebody who said they own a Mitsubishi, I would think less of them immediately, but not in like a serious way. Just more of like, oh, I'd see your decision making is not totally there, but it's all good. Land Rover, Jaguar again, crazy upkeep price or cost rather. Just don't go with them. You're making such a mistake if you do. Maserati, same thing, and Smart. Just I don't believe in the brand at all, and I think that they're garbage. So there you go, guys. That's my full completed tier list. I don't know if you can see it all on screen. That's what we have, guys. I hope you guys agree with these. I'm sure a lot of people won't. And these are all the brands that I left out that I just didn't feel like served the video. Not because I hate them, just I didn't think they made sense. So with that, guys, that concludes my tier list. I'm going to be putting out a bunch of videos about the car sales experience and my own thoughts about the industry and all things about that. So this is the first one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something. And please leave comments about any questions, or if you want me to dive deeper into these, I'm happy to do so. I know this is a very long video. I didn't want to make it longer, but here we are. I wanted to give you guys a comprehensive list. And this list, by the way, goes from the 2000 model year to like the 2025 model year. So if in 2030 something changes, I don't want people to go, oh my god, I'm here in 2030 and GMC is total garbage now. I get it. This is just for as of today, right now. So with that, guys, if you enjoyed, please go ahead and leave a like and a comment and a sub. I've got another channel that I'll have linked in the description. You guys should go check out. And with that, I will bid you guys adieu and see you guys next time. Have a great day and take care.
She the one who got the drop, just a free quick fix it up. And it's over, yes, they gon' take me back to my old ways. I was trying to chill, pop sales, ever since I got a deal. Kick it with my model chick, tick Chris, fuck niggas wanna diss. Now I gotta let them know it's really trill. Lord, pretty Flacco Jordy. Dirty fuck niggas, how you been? I'm crushing 9 minds, niggas so fine every now and then. On the south, give a style 9 times out of 10. Jordy, Jordy, Flacco, Jordy, Flacco, Jordy, Flacco, Jordy. I ain't never looking for no handouts. Broke ass niggas never helping with